Welcome to adding employees and users to PubWorks. My name's Bill Jackson. So what's the difference between an employee and a user in PubWorks? Well, an employee is exactly that, a person for which work is recorded in the program. A user, on the other hand, is the person who enters the data into PubWorks, but a user does not necessarily have to be an employee, although they can be. So where can I add an employee or a user in PubWorks? Well, that's pretty easy. If you have PubWorks open, go up to the main menu at the top of the screen, select PubWorks Data, and then select Employees from the drop-down list. To add a user, go up to the top of the same window, select System, and select User Powers. So let's take a look. To add an employee in PubWorks, simply go to PubWorks Data and then select Employees. The employee dialog box will then appear. We're going to hit Add to add a new employee. Now here, the codes can be used, like the current employee ID number could be used, or whatever you use to differentiate the employee from the other employees. You can use a code for the employee that is different than the payroll system, but the majority of our clients actually use the payroll ID in here. For me, I'm going to put in B2, B3 as my code. I'm going to put in here that my name is my last name. And then I'm going to put in a first name. So down here, you'll see base pay rate. So the nice thing about PubWorks is PubWorks will calculate the regular and overtime rates if you have it set up to do so. If you need further information on that, please feel free to give us a call anytime. We'll be happy to walk you through it. So here I'm going to enter $12 for my base pay rate. And as soon as I tab out of that, you'll notice that the regular and overtime rates populate automatically due to the settings that I currently have on the system. Here it automatically calculated my regular rate and my overtime rate. Now, I'm going to put over here my email, and I'm going to put in here that it's bill@pubworks.com right there. And then I'm also going to put in for my work phone 888-920-0380. And there we go. I've got my phone number in there. So I'm going to hit Save. Now I have my work number. I have my email. I have my first, last name, my code, and my base rate. Everything's good to go. I do recommend go ahead and fill out as many of these other fields as you would like. Sometimes when you're trying to find information in a hurry, sometimes more is better here. So now let's move on to the users. So to add a user, simply go up to System and User Powers. Here the User Powers box opens up. We're going to click Add. I'm going to pick a login name as Billy, and then I'm going to pick a password for Billy. Notice the asterisks. The asterisks are hiding your password, so you can certainly enter that without others seeing it. I'm going to come over here, and it's not necessary to add an employee. You could simply just assign a department and leave the employee blank if the person who's going to be doing the data entry, or in other words the PubWorks user, is not an employee, which we do come across that quite often. Well, here we're going to go ahead and create this user, and we're going to go ahead and use an employee. So what I'm going to do is come down here, and I'm going to pick my new one that I just set up. I'm going to assign an department for me. And then I'll come in here and give myself user powers. Just like that. I'll say OK, and I'm going to say I don't need vouchers, POs, or funds. And then I'm going to save it. And that's all there is to it. If you need any additional information or you need any other help, please feel free to contact us at the number on the screen, 888-920-0380, extension 2 for the main customer service desk, or email support@pubworks.com. Thank you.